Michigan. It's almost 70 degrees, and we should be under a whole bunch of snow. Beautiful. And welcome back. It's the early morning Sunday show. Of course, I'm doing this right now in the daytime because I am at work. Yeah, retirement, sucks. So, 2 days of retirement and then I went to work. It's kind of funny when I retired from Kmart. At 35 years, I could retire and collect my $500 a month pension that I worked so hard for. And 2 days later, I started up with Hearing Lab Technologies. So that seems to be my thing. But hey, there's my desk. All right, learning. I've used Microsoft my whole life, and now my son's trying to teach me Google Office and all this. It's like, oh, I'm 65, ouch. But that's where it's at. Now my son still has his other job, but he does have, since he's the owner of this company, he gets a larger room. Double desk. I mean, it looks pretty good. His is actually kind of clean. So, yeah, let's take a quick look around here where I'm at. But hey, the episode today is great music, so please stick tuned for that. You're going, what the hell? I didn't turn this on just to look at this stupid thing. No, there's really good music this week. Trust me. Trust me on this. All right, so there's kind of an overview. Look at that, our trucks. Alligator Pool and Spa is the name of the company that my son bought. And there's lots of stuff here. They've been cleaning up because there's like 40 years of dust and dirt in here. It's pretty bad, but we're getting ready for a season. We have a couple people that'll be back in there. Right now we only have one full-time employee working. We'll have 3 here fairly soon. But the previous owners really accumulated a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. I mean, there's a motorcycle in here. There's woodworking stuff that's in here. I don't know. That's the pickup I've been driving. Ooh, yes. We're getting a smaller one. We don't need a big diesel. But yeah, kind of the warehouse area where every morning, 6 o'clock, we get going. But we're done by 2. I'm hoping I get to keep those hours also. So we'll see. Of course, our offices are upstairs. So yeah, this is the new hangout here, folks. I am now I don't know what I am. I'm the guy that does all the office crap at Alligator Spa and Pool. So if you need your pools clean, let me know. I will charge mileage though. Some cool records here. I think they're cool, and I think if I think you're cool, you're going to think they're cool. So let's see what we got. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do this thing. We're going to start off with, this is from Michael Christensen. He some VCLT from him. And Michael, take a look at his channel, Michael Christensen. He has samples from his albums. His albums are available. And you can get the information on, when you look at his video, I believe probably Bandcamp. In Michigan, you can find them at a few of the record stores, but just a wonderful person. He's become just an extremely good friend, and really proud to call him a friend. I've met him, so this is great, Michael. This is really, really interesting. It is a group of local musicians who play kind of an earthy psych. It's different. They're out of Japan, and they're on the Guru Brain label. Kageki Moyo, that's his label. It's that group's label. They had started it, and Kageki Moyo is just famous for their psych. Well, this is part of that group, and the name of it. What does it mean?
I believe there's the name, again, Maya Anaguku means imagined view. What was it? Imagined view outside one's field of vision. I mean, you could just say that in 2 words. I mean, isn't that great? I guess if you know Japanese, it don't take long to talk. You can just, bam, blast through stuff pretty fast. Well, it is a 3-piece trio. And this 3-piece trio lives, oh man, out in a rural area. They have a vintage shop, and that's also part art studio, and it's where they make music. How's that for interesting, huh? And it is on, we have... There's the end, so you have it in Japanese. Oh, is it that way, I think? English, and the vinyl. Very nice. The music of this, the name of the album is Approach to Anima, A-N-I-M-A. And it came out last year. And it's just kind of filled with these really like floating woodwinds, very, very delicate percussion, and just soft, quiet, gentle vocals. This is relaxing. It's very relaxing. And every time you listen to it, you hear something new. It's interesting. You can put on headphones, and it really sounds fantastic. It's beautiful. It's peaceful, relaxing, and interesting. It truly was fantastic. Wow. There's such beauty to this. Not sure what the hell they're saying. It doesn't matter. You feel this flow, and it's kind of like on a quiet, if you're on a beach, out by the ocean, and it's just that nice soft surf coming in and coming out, and it's pure relaxation. That's what you get off this. Kind of a relaxing psych. Really, really good. Maya Anaguku, or however I'm saying it wrong. Michael, he gave me this also, and it's from Ian Matthews. If you saw through my eyes, very nice. It has a, okay, there we go. So there he is. Ian Matthews was a member of Fairport Convention, and so this came out. He was born in 1946 in Lincolnshire. And this had, again, from Michael, it came on the most exciting vertical swirl. So in 1972, Matthews recorded 2 solo albums for Vertigo. And Michael Christensen can smell a vertical record. You go into a record store and he just, he has like this innate second, third sense that allows him to find a vertical swirl. Every time I've been with him, he finds vertical swirls. It just blows my mind. But so back to this album, he was originally original member of Fairport Convention from 67 to 69, and then he went out on his own. And he had a band called Matthew's Southern Comfort. What the music he really liked was American rock and folk. American rock and folk. And so, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so his music has that kind of feel to it, which I connected more to. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, gee, Steve, you show so much folk music. Of course, that has never been said about my channel. Once in a while, I accidentally have some. But it gets a little slow. I like this. This was great. I really, really liked it. The guitar playing was good. Sandy Denny and Richard Thomas both play on this, along with a number of other people. And in fact, the title track, If You Saw Through My Eyes, which seems hard, should be easy to say, but for whatever reason I can't. Sandy Denny has a duet on there. It's simply beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. There's Desert Inn, another song, and it rocks. It really has a good, fast pace beat. Really interesting music. Yeah, it's a mix of faster and slower tunes. Very enjoyable. It's, as soon as you say the word folk, I go, oh God, oh, would I like this or not? Because a lot of it's not my wheelhouse, shall we say. And maybe I just haven't gotten into it to sit and listen to it enough. It's probably the case. That's generally as if we don't like music, it's because either we don't understand it, or we don't want to take the time to understand it, or we really just don't sit and listen to it. And sometimes just some stuff makes us want to vomit. That happens too. So, very nice. Thank you, Michael.
What's harder when you're blind and you got no eyes to find what you're doing, what you're doing. Like the time I was a rolling empty theater.
Moving on. Remember the show Twin Peaks? I've talked about a lot of times because it's like my all-time favorite show, especially season 1. Well, this is the album by Julie Cruz, Floating into the Night. And of course, her song was used, Floating, it was used as the intro to Twin Peaks, an instrumental version. And then she did sing in there too. So, yeah, it's a big part of the music of Twin Peaks. And that was a show where the music really had a big impact on the whole show. So she was born in Creston, Iowa. Little Creston, Iowa. Not a big place. Born in 56 and passed in 22. So short life. Falling. This is her, this is her debut album. Her father was a dentist, which is always good. I have friends that Tom and Tim Osborne, their father was a dentist, and he's a nice guy, except once you got in a chair, and then that came that drill, and he wasn't a nice guy. But they had a chest of prizes, and we'd always go to the dentist office and take a bunch of the prizes, so that part was cool. But in '85, Julie Cruz, so she'd gone to university, studied French horn. Yeah, French horn player. That's fun. And in '85, she was able to work with Lynch and Belafonte on Blue Velvet. And they got to know her as, working with music for Blue Velvet. After that, she was trying to make an album, but really wasn't going anywhere. So they helped her write and produce songs for this album. And of course, then one of them, Falling, was used in Twin Peaks and received a Grammy in 1991 as Best Pop Instrumental. Again, this came from this collaboration. This album, it's haunting, it's moody, it's seductive. It's just pure, it's just gorgeous. And absolutely love it. Cruz's, her voice, it has a sweet, light tones and just very quiet. She'd actually wanted to be a harder rocker, but this is what fit her style. You have David Lynch's lyrics that are used on here, and then Belafonte, you have that retro style and modern ambiance that he puts into it. Incredible. Just burning passion of the song Floating itself is incredible. It has this spooky rockabilly guitar, just very gentle riffs, just doom, doom, doom. Wow, just wow. Very good stuff. You have The World Spins, The Nightingale, incredibly beautiful, spooky song. Gorgeous album. This is just, I was so happy to finally get this beautiful pink vinyl. It's been released a few different times and sold out. I used to have an original of it, and it's one of those, again, thousands. I couldn't save the vinyl, but happy to have it in. Just my love of Twin Peaks and the love of the music. This is great. then we move into, oh, yeah, you want to go sit on top of the records, of course. I don't understand you. There it is. Retired, 2024, and yeah. Okay, which is probably full of hair now. They sent me 2 extra large shirts. Do I look that fat? Do I look fat? Maybe I do. I don't know. Extra large t-shirts. I never wore extra large t-shirts, but comfort. Well, in retirement, generally we tend to grow out more than we grow in. So there's probably a good reason for it. Sinéad O'Connor. And here we have the best of so far. Well, let's just say I hope the reissues take so far off because, well, she's not around. So the best of, this is it, folks. That needs to be the new title of this. Sadly, she passed last year, born in '66. Just interesting person, controversial person, incredible voice. You just wonder if she, I don't know, just didn't go off the rails at times. What could she have done? Because she made a lot of enemies, got a lot of people upset. I mean, but she's trying to be true to herself. But, you know, she did have issues and problems. And, yeah, I mean, her father was a structural engineer. And he was also the chairperson of the divorce action group. There's something to be, especially because he got divorced at a very early, when Sinead was very young, got the divorce. Okay, so now he's in charge of a division of the divorce action group. Her mother, so she went to live with her mother, and according to Sinead O'Connor in her autobiography, her mother regularly beat her and taught her how to steal from collection plates and from little charity tins. So it's good to learn. It's good to be an apprentice and learn a hobby, or maybe not a hobby, a career, and that seemed to be the career. Well, I mean, it didn't go. I mean, she just kept getting worse and worse, and eventually by age 13, she went to live with her father. By age 15, she was put into the asylum because of her shoplifting and truancy. No one could hold, she could not be controlled. Well, in her life, I believe she put out about 10 albums, I believe. And, of course, she had, in 1990, she had that really big hit. I think it was off her second one. Nothing compares to you from I do not want what I do not got, what I haven't got. This, of course, in 2-record set, captures her hits. I don't need all Sinead O'Connor. I used to have a number of her CDs, but I even quit buying them eventually. I'm just not enjoying it much. She is the one person that really made a bald look great. I mean, when she got hair, it's like, God, I kind of liked her bald better. I don't know, maybe you guys, I don't know, but that's what I thought. But you have Nothing Compares You. Mandika's on here. Thank you for hearing me. Of course, Nothing, compares to you. Yeah. Good. I mean, it's the hits. This is all I need from Sinead O'Connor. I'm quite happy with this. And, yeah, what more do you really need? And look at them eyes. She follows you wherever you go. All right, moving into this. The Used, an album I got on one of these clearance sales. This was dirt cheap, incredibly high priced on Discogs for whatever reason. 2-album set at 45 RPM. Now, it doesn't really, I don't think it really says 45 RPM, and I keep finding that out by accident. And let me tell you, if it's once at 33, and then you put it on 45, yeah, kind of like that. So the Used They're from Utah, started in 2000, still going strong. Emo, screamo, post-hardcore. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of screamo stuff going on. I mean, early on the band, they struggled. They were homeless, they were addicts, and the band name actually came from what their friends were saying. Their friends were, when these guys were around, they were saying, "We're being used." So that's how they developed this. Their friends came up with the name because that's how they felt from these guys. They were being used because they were just sitting down just trying to stay wherever they could on people's couches and crap. And it was kind of pissing people off. Well, this was their debut album, and it came out in 2002. Again, they formed in 2000, so they must not have been homeless a long time. They had 3 singles off this. Since then, they have put out 9 albums. And this did really well. It's like metal and hard rock, and there's even some strings in here as you go through this. So they do have kind of a Tolkien ballads and crap. It is, for me, quite honestly, there was a little too much screaming happening. It was really... emo is something I never could get into very much. It's just too much screaming or too much angst. And they do, they're singing about youthful frustrations. They're singing about suicide. One of the songs is about proposing, a marriage proposal. And there's so many F-bombs, it's incredible. I don't know who the person's thinking about marrying, but I hope they like swearing because that's what they're getting. I struggled with this. I'm going to listen to it some more. I don't know. Do I keep it or not? Some people, this did extremely well. I just could never get into emo, even like, Chemical Romance or, some of them. It's like, do we need to scream so much? I don't think so. Or the angst maybe. It's like, I'm going to cry. Whatever. But they're used. Final album. Another one that was, I tell you, when there was this closeout sale for albums from some company, and they're going for, pennies on the dollar. Well, I tried things. It's a good time to try. Hype sticker alert. There we go. Hype sticker. And we have this, a soundtrack from Ennio Morricone, and it is in French. Pure sur Valley, pure Paris Valley. It's French. Michael P. Dawson, please put on how to say it. Hassi, you could tell me. How the hell am I supposed to say that? But this is, again, a soundtrack. It is from a movie from, I guess this came out in 1975, I think. Kind of a thriller, a kind of movie, whodunit, murder thing. And I don't know, it starts with kind of a heartbeat. You have this heartbeat used from a bass drum, and then a bass comes in, and then they just add in some more stuff. Some of the music on this is really weird. Some of it's okay. It used to be, when it was originally released, it was a 1 album. They felt that they needed to do it in 2 albums, which on a soundtrack, when you decide let's do it in 2 albums, means we can charge you more, and we're going to give you a whole bunch of filler that just couldn't make it onto that 1 album. Now, maybe that's not the case. I don't know. But yeah, it's Morricone, so I love his Western stuff. A lot of his other stuff gets a little odd for me, a little just maybe too out there. And this kind of has that. There's a lot of kind of easy listening type music with a jazz guitar. Not difficult, but some of the songs are very are kind of difficult to listen to. It's just like, God, that's really weird. I don't know. So yeah, I'm trying to figure this one out, but yeah, soundtrack to a film that's in French that I cannot pronounce, and I don't even have a clue. Sur la ville. Sur in French is south. I don't know if that means that in French. And oh, see, they got a guy like hanging there or something. And look at that. They're shot. Look at her. Really. Oh my God. And that's because she just heard this. They made this into a 2 LP thing. He goes, well, there's not enough good music to have 2 LPs. I don't know. And he's calling and mentioning that. And yeah. And there's a train. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Soundtrack. So that's what we got for this week. Thank you for hanging out with me as always, and let's do this again next week because we had so much fun this week. Okay, have a good one. Bye.